underway. 40 laps, 5,000 to win here tonight. Intermission Big Super Late Models presented by Black Diamond Race Cars. And Marlar goes to the inside of Alberson, who almost looped it around. Now Alberson gets his feet back under him, and Alberson will take him off into 3 and 4. Slider off into 1 and 2. He's going to move up the racetrack. Will he leave a lane? No, but Alberson turns back down the hill, and Garrett Alberson back to the lead.
He does. Tyler going to try to cross him back over. Alberson instead going to take the line away from him. Alberson washes way up the racetrack. Here comes Mike Marlar. Here comes Rusty Schlenk.
And another slider from Tyler Erb up the speedway. Alberson says, you know what, I'll turn down the racetrack. Here comes Marlar. He may get both of them. 3 cars going after the lead.
Good race up front for the lead in this one. Garrett Alberson, Tyler Erb, and Mike Marlar 3 wide off corner number 4.
No.
Mike Marlar to the lead.
No, Tyler Erb on the scorecard goes to the lead barely, but here comes Turbo back on him. And now the 58 car. Oh, does stay green. Come on, guys. Survey says, yes, sir, there will. Marlar slides up the racetrack. Alberson turns back down and side by side for the lead down the back straightaway.
And they're closing in on the back of the field as well. Tyler Erb right there with them. We've got one hell of a race here at Vado Speedway Park. Garrett Alberson back out front in the 58.
Whoa, hang on to it. Turn, Garrett. Turn, Garrett. Turn, Garrett. Garrett turns, but here comes Shepard, and he's thinking about $300,000. Turbo's thinking about slider engaged through turns 1 and 2.
Bill and Turbo clears him. We'll see if Alberson's able to get back by him down the back straightaway.
Oh, he blocks it.
Back up to 3rd. Here comes Jake Tim up to 5th. Alberson on the inside, and Alberson's going to get him back.
And how about that? Wow. Well, he gets over the cushion down there. Sheppy pushes a little bit. Here comes Shepard to the outside as they race back to 2 to go. Slide job right here. This could be the race. Off into 1 and 2.
Brandon Shepard is going to clear him. Alberson going to try to drive back under him down the back straightaway. Tyler Erb is right there as well. 3 cars racing for the win at Vado Speedway Park as they come around to the white flag.
White flag in there at the line. Who's your leader? It's Shepard. Final time off into 1 and 2.
Through turns 1 and 2, Brandon Shepard is able to pull ahead. Alberson slips back to 3rd.
Here comes Turbo.
Turbo going to throw a haymaker in 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag is out. Shepard crosses him over.
Brandon Shepard wins. Tyler Erb in 2nd. Garrett Alberson in 3rd. And we're underway. 40 laps, 5,000 to win here tonight. Intermission Big Super Late Models presented by Black Diamond Race Cars. underway. 40 laps, 5,000 to win here tonight. We're trying to make Super Late Models presented by Black Diamond Race Cars. And Marlar goes to the inside of Alberson, who almost looped it around. Now Alberson gets his feet back under him, and Alberson will take him off into 3 and 4. Slider off into 1 and 2. He's going to move up the racetrack. Will he leave a lane? No, but Alberson turns back down the hill, and Garrett Alberson back to the lead.
He does. Tyler going to try to cross him back over. Alberson instead going to take the line away from him. Alberson washes way up the racetrack. Here comes Mike Marlar. Here comes Rusty Schlenk.
And another slider from Tyler Erb up the speedway. Alberson says, you know what, I'll turn down the racetrack. Here comes Marlar. He may get both of them. 3 cars going after the lead.
Good race up front for the lead in this one. Garrett Alberson, Tyler Erb, and Mike Marlar 3 wide off corner number 4. Mike Marlar to the lead.
No, Tyler Erb on the scorecard goes to the lead barely, but here comes Turbo back on him. And now the 58 car. Oh, to stay green. Come on, guys. Survey says, yes, sir, there will. Marlar slides up the racetrack. Alberson turns back down and side by side for the lead down the back straightaway.
And they're closing in on the back of the field as well. Tyler Erb right there with them. We've got one hell of a race here at Vado Speedway Park. Garrett Alberson back out front in the 58.
Whoa, hang on to it. Turn, Garrett. Turn, Garrett. Turn, Garrett. Garrett turns, but here comes Shepard, and he's thinking about $300,000. Turbo's thinking about slider engaged through turns 1 and 2.
Oh, and Turbo clears him. We'll see if Alberson's able to get back by him down the back straightaway.
Oh, he blocks it.
Back up to 3rd. Here comes Jake Tim up to 5th. Alberson on the inside, and Alberson's going to get him back.
And how about that? Wow. Well, he gets over the cushion down there. Sheppy pushes a little bit. Here comes Shepard to the outside as they race back to 2 to go. Slide job right here. This could be the race. Off into 1 and 2.
Brandon Shepard is going to clear him. Alberson going to try to drive back under him down the back straightaway. Tyler Erb is right there as well. 3 cars racing for the win at Vado Speedway Park as they come around to the white flag.
White flag in there at the line. Who's your leader? It's Shepard. Final time off into 1 and 2.
Through turns 1 and 2, Brandon Shepard is able to pull ahead. Alberson slips back to 3rd.
Here comes Turbo.
Turbo going to throw a haymaker in 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag is out. Shepard crosses him over.
Brandon Shepard wins. Tyler Erb in 2nd. Garrett Alberson in 3rd. Welcome to FK Ride-Ins Vado Speedway Park as we kick off the 17th Annual Rio Grande Waste Services Wild West Shootout presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. A beautiful afternoon in the desert between Las Cruces, New Mexico and El Paso, Texas, where we have over 150 race cars jammed into the pits that get set to do battle today in a complete program for all 3 divisions. I'm Ben Shelton. Joined up here by Dustin Jarrett. Our good buddy Trenton Barrell will be joining us from the infield. Well, we just saw in the open, Dustin, the 2022 Dirt on Dirt Race of the Year, and it was right here at Vado Speedway Park last year. Tonight, we're going to see if we can be a contender out of the clubhouse once again.
You almost worry that we set the bar too high 1 year ago because the racing was so good. In that race, they got named Race of the Year by Dirt on Dirt. I mean, honestly, there's 2 or 3 others that could have been in contention for that, and you got to think that there's going to be another contender this year. You look at the cars that are in the pit area. We've almost doubled the number of late models that we have. We've got a strong field of over 50 modifies. You mentioned over 50 X mods as well. The track looks great. We saw some really solid lap times turned last night. I talked to a lot of drivers in the pit area here this evening. 2 things. Number 1, everybody loved the racetrack last night. And the second thing, no driver or crew chief was completely satisfied with their car last night. I know we find that hard to believe, but the truth is everybody said, we need to make a few changes before racing action here tonight.
No, 100%. And we're going to see a different track here today, obviously. Yes. We started in the evening yesterday. It was a little bit drier last night than it was today, starting in the daytime. And you're going to see Chad Bowman, Lewis Breeden, and Dean and the entire staff. They're going to work on this track throughout the day, so it's going to change. So maybe if you weren't happy last night, that's okay. If you were really happy last night, maybe you shouldn't be too comfortable today. It's going to be a different racetrack. Well, you and I are up here in this amazing press box here at FK Ride-Ins Vado Speedway Park. Our partner in crime down in Hoker Trucking Victory Lane, Trenton Barry. Trent, it's good to have you back, my friend.
Hey, guys. I'm glad to be back here and thrilled to be back for another Wild West Shootout. You know, this place set the bar so incredibly high for me, and I think a lot of other people as well. With the debut edition here just a year ago, I think we're expecting a lot more racing. You know, the fields are stronger this year in all 3 divisions, and no doubt some of those guys that maybe stayed home and said, we'll take a wait and see approach are certainly back over there in the pit area. Guys got a lot out of their practice sessions last night as well. A lot of people in new equipment, lots of Longhorns floating around the pit area here, so we'll see how that all fares out as we go throughout the course of the next couple of weeks here. So it's going to be a wild time, and I'm excited to be here at Hoker Victory Lane, Winning Edge Carburation Scales, and back at Mary's Home Furnishings hot pit area. They're trying to bring you all the news and nuggets I can, as well as some pit stories throughout the day. So guys, it's an honor to be here. Great to be a part of this crew, and I'm just thrilled to be back here in Vado, New Mexico once again.
Well, it's always great to have Trenton Berry with us. Of course, Trenton, one of the proprietors of RacingDirt.com, does a great job with that. And Trenton's he's been a longtime friend and a longtime colleague, and didn't get to have him at the Dome. He's a little under the weather, but he's back full-fledged and ready to rock here today. Well, we are moments away from getting cars to staging and getting things underway. We're going to step aside, make sure that we've got the good old seatbelt pulled tight. We've got the chin strap on, and we're ready to rock here today in the desert as we kick off the 17th annual Rio Grande Waste Services Wild West Shootout presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. You're either here in the house or you're watching it live at FloRacing.
Hoker Trucking, we've been in business since 2000. Started as a one-truck company, and we built it to where it is today. It's small, family-owned. I'm Jeff Roker, the owner. It's very family-oriented, very customer-oriented. It makes you a name, not a number. We're very proud of our on-time deliveries. We're very proud of our on-time delivery percentages with our biggest customers. That's how we retain the business. If you're interested in a job, contact us, look at the website, give us a call at the office. We're very proud to have our business, and I think any employee here at Hoker Trucking is always put at the top of the list. We'd love to have you. Look at us at hokertrucking.com and check out our company.
Race Car Engineering is your single source supplier for all your racing equipment. Dirt, asphalt, drag strip, street rod, or off-road. Their experts can keep you on the track and in the lead no matter what type of racing you do. Hundreds of brands, thousands of parts. Find them online at racecareng.com or call them toll free at 800-882-7231 and make sure to ask for your free catalog. That's Race Car Engineering, 800-882-7231.
Established in 1983, FK Rod Ends has been the industry leader for both midget and micro racing. Family owned and operated, we take pride in our products and our name because we know you value yours. Visit our website, www.fkrodends.com, to find out how you can join our winning team. FK Rod Ends. To beat the best, you've got to use the best.
Welcome back to FK Ride-Ins Vado Speedway Park. As the grandstand gates start to open, the pit gates have been open since Thursday. We've got over 150 race cars in the pit area here today. 28 more drivers than we had a year ago today, DJ. And right now, the ShockerHitch.com X-Mods presented by Barnett Harley-Davidson have started to make their way out to the Speedway, getting this racetrack ready to go here today. They will race for passing points. They'll have 5 heat races. Top 16 in passing points out of those heats will move off to the main event. Everybody else will be in 2B mains. We'll take the top 4 out of those, and they will go for $1,000 tonight in their feature event.
Ben, breaking news. We've had more cars enter the pits. We're up to 155.
Oh, man. Well,
54 of the Shocker Hitch X-Mods presented by Barnett Harley-Davidson, up to 53 of the Mesilla Valley Transportation Border Tire USRA Modifieds presented by Rancho Milagro, and holding steady at 48 Dirt Track Bank Super Late Models presented by Black Diamond Race Cars.
So mark it down, 29 cars up from a year ago. Fantastic turnout. We probably got another approximately 10 drivers in different divisions. The haulers are on the property. The driver may not be here. The crew may not be here. So we're going to have some other drivers, and we've got some coming in next week. So we're easily going to see well over 50 in all these divisions before it's all said and done. One driver that had some bad luck last night, Jack Riggs, making his debut here at FK Ride-Ins Vado Speedway Park, caught the turn 1-2 wall extremely hard, done for the week, terminal damage on that number 81 for the Tennessee driver. Tough break as he'll head back and get that 81J ready for the season.
Yeah, and it's absolutely a tough break because Jack Riggs, he actually showed some signs of speed out there. He was learning a lot from Brandon Shepard. We noticed last night that every time Brandon Shepard came out on the racetrack, Jack Riggs was coming out. He was following him out on the racetrack and trying to kind of shadow and run the same lines that Brandon was running. And that's a tough break for him, but I look for big things out of that 81 bunch and Jack Riggs here in 2023.
Well, another driver to keep an eye on here today, a little bit under the weather, as Mike Marler's had a bit of a migraine today. I did right before I came up here. They said he'd come out of the toter. He was in the trailer. But Mike, of course, won the big Rio Grande Waste Services finale last year presented by Shaw Trucking, $25,000, and became a 2-time Wild West Shootout late model champion by doing so.
Speaking of late models and breaking news.
Yes, sir.
We have breaking news on the late models tonight, right?
We do.
For the whole week, actually.
We do. Trenton Berry, get ready for this one. I don't know if you're aware of this or not.
Oh, my.
Yet, sir. But everybody,
I love breaking news.
Everybody knows good old Carl Moyer over at Carl Auto Group, and you never know what Carl's going to come up with. Well, he said, you know what? You got the Penske Pay Dirt Jackpot bonus, $300,000 if a Dirt Track Bank Super Late Model driver can win all 6. If you win all 6, not just that, you are going to get a 2023 Chevy Silverado truck, either in his stock or he'll order it for you.
He'll custom order one for you. Told us on the phone earlier.
Yeah, and so that's from Carl Auto Group. And, of course, Carl Moyer, they don't just do – they got Chevrolets. They've got Dodge Jeep Rams. They got Buicks. They got Fords. If it's got wheels and a motor, they've got it.
Carl sells it,
and
yes.
I tell you what, they do so much to support it. So, Trenton, I'm not sure if you're aware of that or not, but you might try to get you a late model ride in case you need a new truck when you head back home.
Man, that's quite a nice little incentive for one of these guys. So definitely up the ante out here on the racetrack. And man, I think, Ben, from the top down, I know you do a lot of work with it throughout the course of the year. Man, these events and these partnerships don't just happen, and that's relationships that have to be cultivated. And this thing just keeps getting stronger every year.
Well, and I do want to say something. Sometimes people go when they watch the Rio Grande Wild West Shootout presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts, they go, man, you guys mentioned a lot of sponsors. We do, because it takes a lot of sponsors to pay out $320,000, and that doesn't include the bonuses plus in the desert, and that's before the overhead. So yeah, you're going to hear a lot of sponsors when you watch this broadcast, and we hope that it doesn't bother you because we appreciate these folks. We hope you can support them when you can, but we're very grateful for our marketing partners for what they do. And the Carl Moyer deal, literally about an hour ago, Carl got an idea. He called us, and that's just what Carl does. All these great sponsors, support them when you can, and please let them know where you heard about them.
We'll just be very candid. This event would not happen if it were not for all of the marketing partners we have, and that probably sounds like a very cliche thing to say, but I've been involved in this event now for 8 years. Ben, you've been involved in it a lot longer than that, but that's the truth of the matter. This event would not happen without all those folks. We want to give them their due diligence, and really and truly, the sport as a whole would not be what it is without these great sponsors. With that in mind, we got the Shocker Hitch X-Mods presented by Barnett Harley-Davidson out on the racetrack. They're about to go green and dirt draft hot laps here this evening, and among the drivers you're going to see on the speedway, Sherman Barnett in the 82, the 5W of Derek Watson, Dickie Gorham behind the wheel of the Bumper Jones 111, Patty Rush in the 52 TX, Eric McNutt in in the 5M. Dalton Ragsdale on the Speedway in the 22, the 17. One of the racing Gallardos, that'll be Peyton Gallardo, working his way up through the ranks in the 17. Israel Ortega in the 23B, and the 6010 of Richard Sinceros. I think I got them all, Ben. Did we get them all?
You did. We got 10 of them out there. You called them all.
Let's go. I missed Joe Alvarado. We got 2 4-digit numbers. Yes.
You're hating on Colorado.
Yes. Not Ricky Alvarado.
No.
Not
Joe.
Ricky. Yes, that's Joe.
I think this is Joe's first time ever to a Rio Grande Waste Services Wild West Shootout.
It is.
As get the racetrack ironed in right now, a little bit slimy. So again, the mods and the X mods, they're going to hot lap. They'll come back and do passing point heat races. The super late models, well, they are going to hot lap qualify for their heat race lineups. We'll talk more about the format as the afternoon goes along. But a beautiful afternoon here at FK Rod Ends Vado Speedway Park. Down at, kind of like we saw last night. Actually, it was the opposite. Last night down in 3 and 4. It got a little bit slick faster the way the sun and the wind is. Down in 1 and 2, it's a little bit drier here today. So we'll go through all the hot laps and the hot lap qualifying, and then Chad Bowman and the staff will go out and rework the track before opening ceremonies. And looking to have heat race action somewhere just a tick before 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, so around 6 o'clock Central Standard, 7 Eastern. We look to have racing action on the track, and these Shocker Hitch X mods will be the first ones to come out. DJ, have you locked in your dirt draft lineup yet?
Well, yes, but so I locked in my dirtdraft.com fantasy lineup yesterday, but being the good dirt draft player that I am, I want to see how things kind of shake out here in hot laps, and I might adjust them a little bit. If you are not first off, you're a dirt draft member, thank you. They do a lot of great things. We talk about the great marketing partners we have, and Clint Dahl and Jacob Norton, the gang, they do a lot of great stuff for racing across just several different disciplines in racing series. If you are not a dirt draft member, you've maybe heard us mention this before, but we'll say it again. If you sign up right now, you get a free t-shirt. It's only $5.99 a month. I think it's just an exceptional deal, and you get your choice. New subscribers of either a FloRacing shirt, a Lucas Oil shirt, an All-Star Sprint Car Series shirt, a USAC t-shirt. So that's going on, and then there's actually going to be points tallied all week long for Dirt Draft as well in each of the 3 divisions. It's not just the Dirt Track Bank Super Late models. It's also the Mesilla Valley Transportation Border Tire USRA Modifieds and the Shocker Hitch X mods as well. So sign up for Dirt Draft. If you are already a Dirt Draft member, play all week long. The winner in each division at the end of the 6-race mini-series is going to get a custom Wild West Shootout trophy, and then the top 25 in points will get some bonus speed shop points as well. Huge shout out to the great folks at dirtdraft.com for all the great things they do for us.
And again, if you want those mini-series championship trophies, you got to start today.
Do it today.
Dirt Draft, get signed up. When the first set, it was Eric McNutt, the fastest car, the Las Cruces, New Mexico driver. Next set of cars on the Speedway, as we're getting them wound up in this set, we've got Shane McNutt out there in the 21S from the Racing McNutt family. And we've also got car number 93 out there. Actually, did not make it out in this set. We'll have the 1S of Scott Bentz, the redheaded rebel out of Jamestown, North Dakota. Asa Flores in the 05. Zachary Page in the 14Z out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Also, Andrew Hodges, the 21A, the Kansas racer, joining us once again, along with Billy Gordon making his debut at the Wild West Shootout in Kart 34G out of Catoosa, Oklahoma. That's just fun to say. Catoosa, Oklahoma.
God bless you.
That's right. Gorham is out there. I thought I saw the 93 car of Greg Gorham out there. Just not a transponder on that car yet, I don't think. Not showing up on the timing, but yeah, Greg Gorham's out there. You see on your screen Page on the left side, and behind him, Gorham in that 93 that we talked about. And DJ, I tell you what, in the first set, Eric McNutt was the fastest time. In this set, overall fast time, Shane McNutt in the 21S.
Yeah, Peyton Gallardo right now second quick with a 22.74. Eric McNutt falls to third. Scott Bentz, the redheaded rebel, fourth, and Zachary Page in the 14Z. There's Zachary Page on your screen. So I saw the Husky that you referenced yesterday. It's with the Page team back in the pits. They tell me that's a Husky. I think there's something mixed with that. And the Husky, by the way, was not a fan of me.
We're going 23 and me. We're going to get to the bottom of it.
I got barked at.
I think it was part Rottweiler. All right, next set of cars come out. The 606 of Christopher Theodore out of Coweta, Oklahoma. The J2 race car, Theodore Concrete Construction 06. One went on the year last year at the Salina High Bank Speedway. And joining him out there.
I think that's the 666.
No, the 06 in the middle of the back straightaway.
Right, no, sorry. The next car out's the 666.
Yes, sir.
That's
Mike,
my bad.
You know what? And Mike Rosales, I've seen him in the 777 over the years. He's in the 666 today. He likes the triple numbers. We're going to talk more about the triple numbers.
Yes, we will. We had a conversation about that earlier. Yes, we did.
Behind
yes,
him,
we did.
That'll be the 79 of Alan Owen. Alan Owen out of Pacola, Oklahoma, the JRT Trucking Yeoman-powered Hughes race car.
Yes, Jaime Torres behind him in the 44 JT, and Preston Carr following him out in the 5C. Good to have Preston Carr back with us at the Wild West Shootout.
Yeah, definitely. Love to see those guys coming down. The Carrington, North Dakota driver. Devin Jobin behind him out of Alamogordo, New Mexico, the MRW chassis. And who else have we got out there, DJ?
Kenny McDonald out of Adrian, Missouri in the 25.
And the 28.
Andy Bryant,
That's
yes,
right.
out of Fort Scott, Kansas.
Yeah, 14-time winner last year. And I believe Eric Haugland is out there in the 32 as well. The North Dakota driver. North Dakota represented in this set.
Yes, they are.
Oh, hang on. Jobin's going to go for a four-wheel free slide down at 1 and 2. You saw it on your screen on FloRacing. And that is going to draw the what?
Midwest Sheet Metal caution flag.
That's right. Midwest Sheet Metal. Thanks to Chris Davis and the gang. Hey, what kind of Adrian fun fact have you got, Trent Berry? I can just feel it coming.
Well, I just wanted to tell you guys, one of Kenny McDonald's superstitions here as he rolls down on Broadway, he doesn't eat lunch on race days, but he has breakfast. So Kenny went ahead this year and or this morning went with vanilla yogurt with strawberries and blueberries, and that was what he had for breakfast this morning. And he's not going to have lunch, not going to eat until after the races.
Wow. Vanilla yogurt with blueberries and strawberries. What kind of racer is this guy? We had burritos for breakfast today, DJ, and then I had 2 of Garrett Alberson's homemade cookies over there for lunch. So, yeah, fat kidding it up here today. As also in this set, the 7 car of John Carney out there. A few of these drivers, Carney third on the board there. Good lap for him. 19.308. Racetrack starting to come in. Fastest lap so far for the Shocker Hitch X Mods presented by Barnett Harley Davidson. Andy Bryant, 14 wins a year ago, and he's gone an 18.635 here today, Trenton Berry.
And while I'm on the topic of one more thing about my boy in 25, this is his final weekend to race. He's going to run this event, and he's going to sell his car, and he is going to be a fan and maybe a sponsor a little bit stronger down the road here. So this is Kenny McDonald's last weekend racing.
Okay, now, Trenton, we've heard that one before. Could it be true, though?
They always come back.
They always come back. Well, next set of cars are coming out. Jimmy Ray's going to lead them out. Used to see him in the 9 car. He's out there in the AOS car here today.
The AOS house car.
Yes.
It's the AOS house car. Jimmy Ray out of Las Cruces leading this next group out.
Who else have we got out here in this fun deal? Dustin Smith makes his way out in car 65X. Driver practiced here last night. And we're going to have Reese Solander, the Kansas driver, out here in this set as well. Jason Grimes in the Jalopy chassis. That never gets old. Lucas Ward, regular here at Vado Speedway Park in the 11. You see Jimmy Ray on your screen in the AOS car. So he works down the back straightaway. Also in this set, let's see the X15, an 8-time winner this year. That's Jesse Haney. Working through 3 and 4. A lot of good cars out here this weekend. Mike Striegel in this set in car number 17. Of course, Striegel always a fun one to talk to down in the pit area. The Wheatland Outlaw, 3 wins a year ago for that driver. A lot of those J2 race cars here this year. We've seen Chris Jackson have a lot of success, and a lot of the J2s have come back to the desert, and that's one of them.
Jimmy Ray goes to the top of the leaderboard.
How about that?
With a 1.7935 Benji. Dustin Smith second quick right now. Lucas Ward laying down a good lap. He is third quick as they get a little bit of the slime and grease blowed off this racetrack. You see lap times continue to improve here in the X Mods.
Also in that set, Dakota Lowe out of Pleasanton, Kansas.
Every once in a while, our good friend and race director Kelly Carlton has to get just a little stern with drivers over the race.
Says caution, they don't slow down.
Yeah, I mean,
we had a failure to communicate. All right, so we've got a heck of a field of X Mods here. I think we're going to have at least one more set making their way out.
You think so?
I think so. Well, we've seen 40,
so you're right. We should probably have about.
Some of these guys feel like they don't need practice. We're talking about practice here tonight.
Man.
All right, well, again, fantastic turnout here tonight. We appreciate everybody that started to make their way into FK Ride-In's Vado Speedway Park. Make sure to check out down there the Race Chick trailer, get the official event merchandise. As I tell you what, Jim does a great job on it, and I might be partial, but I think this is the best merchandise he's ever done. There's a lot of variety down there. As we'll see what is going to roll its way out of staging next, and peeking down there, it looks like maybe, no, I think we're going to shift gears, and we're going to move over to the Mesilla Valley Transportation Border Tire Mods presented by Rancho Milagro. DJ, you're looking for stuff over here. You all right, man?
No, yeah, I'm good.
You said no, yeah.
I got like 28 papers up
It
here.
happens.
And, you know.
Well, next set of cars is led out by Christy Barnett. 13 wins a year ago, 10 in the Super Trucks. Those just look like fun. I want one of those, and 3 in the X-Mod division. Following her out, Ryan Doyen in Car 5R, second time to the Wild Boys Shootout of Lacoste, Texas. 1 win a year ago for that driver, the IRP 5R.
Ronnie Latham Jr. behind him in the 28S. He'll be followed out by the driver out of Chowchilla, California in the 16B. That's downtown Randy Brown. Xavier Ortega in the 24X, and he'll be followed out by the driver out of Tucson, Arizona in the 0. That's Jake O'Neill.
Jake O'Neill out there in the 0. Looks like Jake's in his personal car here today. He's going to also drive
his personal car.
We'll see. He's going to drive the Jason Ingalls car at some point this week, too.
I thought you meant like his Toyota Corolla was out there turning laps.
He would have a Ferrari, you know that. Also in this set, Duncan, Arizona's Terry Tipton, the 99. You see the drivers working down the front straightaway off into 1 and 2. The 131, the proprietor of this racetrack, the one and only Royal Jones, 2-time winner last year of a 73. Great looking race car, that MB Customs race car. And that's Levi DiMartino out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, with Scott Brothers Racing, Mesilla Valley Transportation 73. We got a heck of a fill of the mods here this week. In all 3 divisions, it's great, DJ, but there's some really talented drivers here this week.
Well, there always is. I mean, and that's one of the things that makes this event what it is, you know. And it's funny, we used to talk about this event being the spring training, so to speak. It's not spring training anymore, man. This is an all-out battle of drivers wanting to come out here and win. Guys used to come out here and test in all 3 divisions. I use the term test loosely. They used to come out and just get some seat time and get some laps under their belt. And now it has turned into this event that everybody wants to win. They want to take home one of those good-looking custom trophies. They want to go out and get a win against this great field of cars, no matter which division they're competing in. It's gone from spring training to an all-out battle every night that we race. Jake O'Neill right now the quickest in this first set of Dirt Draft Hot Laps for the Modifieds with a 1.7684.
Yeah, that Mesilla Valley Transportation Red Eye Radiator, Rancho Milagro number 0. And I do believe he's in the LG2 by Owens. Cornet Ford power under the hood. 10-time winner last year was Jake O'Neill. And he's going to be piloting that car some, as well as the Jason Ingalls entry this week as well. Going to split time between them. Next set of cars come out, and it'll be led by Merced, California's DJ Shannon. 1 win a year ago at Bakersfield Speedway in the Vanderbilt Stone Power. Jerry Shannon Racing number 32. Behind him, we just saw his dad in the last set. In this set, we'll see the son. That's Travis Tipton in the 30 out of Duncan, Arizona. The Baxter-built Tipton-powered 9-Tech sponsored number 30. And the number 99T, that'll be TJ Tolan,
yes.
Out of Valley Center, Kansas. The Bills-built MK1, great-looking race car. Love that race car. And behind him, a clean race car. Carlos Amata Jr. out of El Paso, Texas. That Hughes race car, 2 wins last year. One of them came here at Vado.
A few of the other drivers on the speedway, Ben. Lewis Jackson in the 3J, Thomas Creech in the 28C. Chad Wheeler behind the wheel of that Kate Dillard Racing number 88. Jared Russell in the 4R. Tyler Wolf, the Arkansas driver, in the 4, and I believe that'll do it for the drivers on the track for this second session of Hot Laps.
One more out there.
I missed somebody?
Josh McGay out there in the car 87 out of Abilene, Texas, MB Customs, last-minute entry. And I tell you what, that CDR race car with Chad Wheeler, the house car for CDR race cars, great-looking cars. You see it roll off into turn number 1, and he's got the 4R of Jared Russell in tow. Look at that Hoker Trucking checkered flag in there.
Oh, look at that. I like that.
Jason Rominger rocking the flag stand here today.
Rocking the orange shoes, as always.
He's also got shorts and a T-shirt. No, he's got his full shirt on now. He's got shorts on, and he said he's going to rock them as long as he can.
A trooper.
It's pretty nice after that, but when the sun goes down, we know it gets interesting. So
we woke up this morning, we're like, man, it's a little chilly out here. And then walking around the pits, actually broke a sweat a little bit ago. It's gotten up into the 60s here. Just a gorgeous day.
That was
nothing
nothing a cookie couldn't fix, and it did. 2 of them.
Oh.
All right, next set of cars are coming out. Guy that won a feature here a year ago. That's Derek Ramirez out of Woodward, Oklahoma, and car 4R, the former USMTS champion. That's S Fishing and Reynolds Cornet-powered Hughes race car.
He'll be followed out by Lance Murray in the 19 SB, a winner last year in the USMTS Modified. 2-time winner last year, picked up a USMTS Modified win at Chateau Speedway in Lansing, Minnesota.
How about this set? Behind him out of Glendon, Minnesota, Joey Thomas in that new Rage chassis with Corky Thomas Racing engine. 5 wins a year ago for that driver.
And he'll be followed out by Dan Ebert, another USMTS Modified regular in the 60. Philip Houston following him out, Ben, in the 171 out of Odessa, Texas.
That's right. Good looking contender chassis by 71 Fabrication. A little bit different ride for that driver.
Just behind him, and so
Mr.
Just behind him,
Personality.
yes, Joe Duval, and he said Justice, Oklahoma. It's a suburb of the big city of Claremore.
I think he's making stuff up now.
I said, well, how close are the two? He said, I can throw a stone from my house and hit Claremore.
Not a stone racing engine, a stone.
That's right, not a stow-in. Yes, that's right. Tanner Mullins behind him. Tanner Mullins broke a motor last night, threw a rod in his 02 last night. Bumper Jones being the guy that he has lent Tanner Mullins a new power plant, and it is a Stowen motor underneath the hood of that 02, and you still owe him gas money.
I do. I'm going to write him a check out of your bank account. John Webb behind him out of Pauls Valley, Oklahoma, the GM 604 powered IRP race car. And down the back straightaway, coming out here in the same hauler, that'll be Mike Goodson out of Ardmore, Oklahoma, in the Laster Racing Big E Motorsports Lethal chassis. And one last car on the speedway, CJ. I believe that's going to be CJ Cole. Don't get it away from me. I just had
CJ Halsey.
Halsey. I want to say Halsey. I know one. CJ Halsey. Talked to him down in the pit area. Great looking race car. And all these fresh bodies on those cars. That's actually going to be
Brandon Givens, I believe,
that's gonna be
in the 10B, right?
We switched them around. We have the 10G of Goodson. That is not the 10G. That would be the 10B
of Brandon. Yes, thank you. Yes.
There we go. Yes, Brandon Givens.
Yes, I was talking to Brandon Givens back in the pit area a little earlier. I said, "How was the car last night?" He said, He said, "Not." He said, "It was
never a good answer."
Never a good answer. Yeah. I said, "What was it?" And the first thing he said, "His driver needs to lose a little bit of weight." And I said, "Well, that's tough to do with those cookies that your wife makes." Of course, his wife Danny Givens is the one behind the Chunky Poodle Cookie Company. And he said, "She keeps me fat and happy." And I said, I would definitely continue what you're doing then, my friend.
Well, there's some great people, and we're glad to have them here as always. As we get set, and get set to go green in this set, as we continue here, Mesilla Valley Transportation Border Tire Mods.
You take a look there on the left-hand side of your screen. Those of you watching at home on FloRacing, you see the DirtDraft.com leaderboard. Tyler Wolf right now the quickest driver in this Dirt Draft Hot Lap session with a 1.7673. Jake O'Neill second quick. Randy Brown third. Christy Georges Barnett fourth. And Carlos Amata Jr. is fifth quick for the Mesilla Valley Transportation Border Tire USRA Modifieds presented by Rancho Milagro. Derek Ramirez, former USMTS Modified champion, on your screen in the 4R. He goes to the top of the leaderboard with a 1.6894. Dirt Draft Hot Laps mean absolutely nothing for the Modifieds and the Shocker Hitch X Mods, as those drivers drew a pill when they registered a little bit earlier this evening, and they have already been split into their 5 heat races. They'll come up a little bit later on this evening. Both of the modified divisions will run 8-lap heat races here tonight, with the top 16 in passing points transferring to their respective features. Joe Duval out of Justice, Oklahoma, now on the top of the leaderboard in Dirt Draft Hot Laps for the Mesilla Valley Transportation Border Tire USRA Modifieds with a 1.6826. Derek Ramirez second quick. Tanner Mullins third with that borrowed power plant under the hood. Dan Ebert fourth, and Lance Murray right now rounding out the top 5. It's a USMTS flavor in that top 5 there, Ben.
It is. We're going to have some Wasota guys coming up before long, though, as the next set of cars come out. It'll be Grand Saline, Texas driver, the 64 of Casey Fowler. The MB Customs Hatfield-powered entry will lead the next set out in car number 64. Behind him, Darren Fuquay in the 87 out of Mayetta, Kansas. 3-time winner last year. First ever USMTS win last year in the Mullins chassis, Mullins engine, big-time bell bonds, car 87. In car 88, rolling right behind him, that's me, the 88S of Nathan Smith out of Anthony, New Mexico. And then be Custom Mullins powered, Viva Auto Group, Rio Valley Biofuel Transport, car 88. Also in this set, we'll see the 7D. We've seen him here in the X Mods before. In the A Mods this week, it'll be Davis Givens out of Hutchinson, Kansas. The Chunky Poodle Cookie Company shows its head again. The Hatfield-powered GRT and the 2SS car of Mark Smith out of Anthony, New Mexico, right behind him. And the Rio Valley Biofuel Transport Miller Horse Farm, car 2SS.
Tyler Davis will be the next driver out on the speedway. Ben in the 65, the Chinook, Kansas driver. In the Bills Build MK1 Mullins powered number 65. He'll be followed out by Rick Ortega out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, in the Lift Arm Construction BMS powered GRT race car. The 11 in of Gene Nicholas out of Lowell, Arkansas, in the Gene Nicholas LLC Hughes chassis in the 11. And one other driver on the speedway for this hot lap session is the J7 out of Alamo Gordo, New Mexico. It's going to be Jake Bowles.
Well, right now, getting the racetrack ironed in. Trenton Berry checking everything out from the infield. Quite the field of mods we got here, my friend.
Oh boy, it's always good. You know what? And this one I think a little bit stronger than even the field we saw here last year, which was really good. And I would put this on par. I'd say this is probably a USMTS light field. You know what I mean? Not in terms of overall cars, but a lot of those top point cars from a year ago are here. A lot of great USRA cars here as well. You know, and you touched on it. We'll hit the 65 there at Tyler Davis and that Blackout Motorsports car, the Mark I chassis that they're doing through Bill's Build. He's had a busy winter as well. Darren Fuquay out there. Tanner Mullins has built a slew of new race cars over the offseason, and Dan Ebert's going to be in one of those that we saw out here just a little bit ago too. So it's exciting to see what's happening here for the modifieds. Glad these guys get a chance to come out here and run for some good money, and appreciate all the promoters making them such a big part and a highlighted part of this event. They seem to be a natural fit right in here.
Trenton, as we see up here, they're rolling the top side of that racetrack in. How's it look down there? 1 and 2 starting to slick off a little bit, not totally unexpected because that's where the sun shines out. Hold on to that thought. We'll come back to you after this Dirt Draft Hot Lap session.
Well, DJ working through the mod hot laps here. 53 of these Mesilla Valley Transportation Border Tire mods presented by Rancho Milagro. Fastest lap so far has been Big Daddy Joe Duvall, a 16.826. We'll see if anybody can creep to the top of the leaderboard in this set as we continue here the opening round, the 17th annual Rio Grande Way Services Wild West Shootout presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts from here to FK Rodden's Vado Speedway Park on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in the desert on January 7th. What a way to start the new year, my friend.
I actually momentarily forgot what day it was. I'm glad you said it was Saturday. This is the first of 6 nights.
Well, we got up and worked immediately this morning, so it could have been Monday to Friday to Saturday to Sunday. Checkered flag is out. Nobody really breaking into the top. Fastest car in this set looks like Nathan Smith actually scratched that.
Yeah, third.
Yeah, he goes up to third.
Darren Fuquay with a good lap. Yep. He's 8th quick out of this group. Mark Smith in this group, 9th quick overall.
So we've seen 38 of the 53 cars in the pit area. We'll see if anybody else makes their way out. Looks like another set will indeed, and it's going to be led out by a brand new CDR race car for Broken Bow, Oklahoma's Gary Scott Christian, the Cyclopropane Hochatown Saloon. That's a fun one to say. Mullins-powered CDR race car, the first one out, and behind him, a frequent flyer into victory lane, DJ.
It's going to be Dustin Strand, your next driver out on the speedway out of Grand Forks, North Dakota in the 71, and he'll be followed out by a new entry in the 14X. I believe that is Josh Landers, no relation, out of Tom Bean, Texas, correct?
Tom Bean, Texas.
Do you know where Tom Bean, Texas is?
It's in Texas. Right behind him, we're going to have Tom Georges, the good chiropractor. He's helped out our own promoter, Chris Kearns, before out of El Paso, Texas. The AOS race car number 28. Also in this set, we're going to have Colton Eck, the 747, down the back straightaway out of Goddard, Kansas, the Hillsboro Racing Engine GRT 747.
Next driver out on the speedway will be your 2021 track champion here at FK Rodden's Vado Speedway Park. Out of Las Cruces in the AOS chassis, that's Nick Rivera in the Triggers Dirt Solutions Little Amigos Child Development Center sponsored number 8N.
Behind him, this will be the 10G, not earlier, that was the 10B. This is the 10G of Mike Goodson out of Ardmore, Oklahoma, the Laster Racing Lethal chassis. And Shad Batter behind him in the 73B out of Bates City, Missouri, the Precision Performance Race Car Base Racing Fuels 73B.
Two other drivers on the track. Tracy Harris in the 33 behind Shad Batter. Again, Tracy Harris in the 33, and Spencer Rollins out of Tucson, Arizona, with a crate motor underneath the hood of that GRT chassis.
That's right, the Absolute Heating and Cooling number 22 as the C&D Bonding green flag is back out. And we'll get everybody up to speed. Can anybody get to Big Daddy at the top of the leaderboard, 16.826? Again, Dirt Draft Hot Laps mean nothing other than you need to get your Dirt Draft lineups in so you can compete for the Mini Series Championship.
Oh, yeah.
Head over there and get signed up. Get you a new free T-shirt. Let's go.
I tell you what, why don't you announce for the next 10 minutes while I set my Dirt Draft lineup for all three, well, at least for the 2 modified.
I mean,
divisions.
I will do it, but you will not win.
Yeah. Oh. I got the spinning circle of death here because we've announced it so many times that everybody else is setting their Dirt Draft lineup also. Joe Duvall, the quickest right now in Dirt Draft Hot Laps with a 1.6826. Derek Ramirez, second quick. Nathan Smith, third. As one driver has slowed to a stop over on the inside of turn number 2, and I believe that's Thomas Creech in the 28.
Yeah, he actually came down in the hauler with Chris Hawkins out of Neosho, Missouri. And they threw the good old B mod from that area, X mod down here into the trailer, and they made their way down. Look, Trent Berry, what do you got, sir?
Hey, I talked to Gary Christian there. You mentioned that new K. Dillard hot rod that he's running right there. He's right behind me here in the 58, and said they plan to start out and hopefully chase that USMTS Rookie of the Year title this year. It's been a lot of years since we've seen him out racing, but about the midpoint of the season last year through the end, they got out and raced a little bit more and traveled a little bit. And Christian he was so young, Ben. I know you remember the early parts of his career, but he was so young when he was racing late models, and he's really grown up a lot and hopefully find a home here with this modified. He's got a really good race car underneath him.
Yeah, he was a lot younger, as was I, but I think he was even back then. I was in my mid-20s or so, and he was about 12 and winning late model features. And again, Gary Scott Christian, his dad Scott Christian, fantastic people. As we are getting set momentarily, we're going to have Sport Truck RV Super Late Model Qualifying presented by Screven Motor Speedway's Winter Freeze. And again, it's going to be hot lap qualifying, Group A and B. Heat races 1 and 2 will come out of Group A. Heat races 3 and 4 will come out of Group B as they sit down in staging.
So there's a look at the 28 of Creech. Going to get towed off the racetrack. Tough break for him. As has been mentioned, this should be the last wave of Mesilla Valley Transportation Border Tire USRA Modifieds, presented by Rancho Milagro, to hot lap as they've all made their way back into the pit area. Do want to send a big shout out to Rio Grande Waste Services. Rio Grande Waste Services, the title sponsor once again this year of the Rio Grande Waste Services Wild West Shootout. Rio Grande Waste Services is New Mexico's newest roll-off dumpster service provider, offering waste removal and trash bin container removal. They serve both residential and commercial needs with a range of dumpster sizes and recycling options. You can learn more at riograndewaste.com. It is riograndewaste.com.
Well, as we get set here in the Dirt Track Bank Super Late Models presented by Black Diamond Race Cars for qualifying. Again, the sponsors of qualifying each night. Fast Time not only gets the pole for their heat race, they're going to get $100 as well. And we want to thank the sponsors that make this possible. Of course, Sport Truck RV, man, they've been supporting us forever. They're the nation's leader in the racing transportation market. Visit them at sporttruckrv.com or stop down in the pits and visit their display to discuss their next hauler. That's a beautiful display down there, by the way. Sport Truck RV, the #1 motorsports dealer in the country, and then one of the most entertaining races of any given year. The Screven Motor Speedway's Winter Freeze 8, February 2nd through 4th, headlined by the richest sport compact race in the world. $19,000 to win this year for the SCDRA Sport Compact, 602 Bandits, Modified Street Stocks, Cop Stocks, that's right, Cop Stocks, and Road Warriors all on the card. For more information, go to ScrevenMotorspeedway.net. Also find them on Facebook and Twitter. And, man, I tell you what, Sport Truck RV and Screven Motor Speedway's Winter Freeze, they've been supporting our Fast Time for a lot of years now.
As a matter of fact, just a month or two ago, you just bought a new car so you could run the Winter Freeze at Screven. How about that?
I will not be taking the Alfa Romeo down there for the Winter Freeze. Not going to happen, and I'm pretty sure Kelly Carlton would probably throw me out. He would find something. Probably there'd be a driver height requirement or something.
Don't know that you would pass tech, yeah.
Oh, I'm not going down there. Well, it's entertaining. I've seen it a few times. You've been there. You've seen it. You've announced it. You've had a good time with it.
Yes, it is, and there are some wild looking compacts down there. And a big shout out to Kelly Carlton for doing that, and all the folks with SDRA and SCDRA and everything. It's just a phenomenal job that those guys do.
All right, we're going to get set now as Sport Truck RV qualifying presented by Screven Motor Speedway's Winter Freeze. Tyler, about a New Waverly, Texas, and the 1, the bulk material lift, First Class Septic, Anthony's Pizza, Robert's Beef Company, Lucas Oil, Clements Powered, Rocket XR1 for Turbo, 11 wins a year ago. The 10-4 car, that'll be Brandon Brzezowski out of San Antonio, Texas. The back, Mobac Suspension Technology Consulting, Billy Bob's Repair and Tire, 8 Racing Engine, XR1 Rocket Chassis, and Mikey Marlar, defending Wild West Shootout champion, the 157. The Delco Equipment Sales, Bill Stein, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Can-Am Auto, Salvage Capital, Signs Cornet, Powered Longhorn for Mikey Marlar, who had 14 wins a year ago.
15360, 15360, the first lap time for Tyler Erb. 15743 for Brandon Brzezowski, and a 14722, the first lap time for the Winfield Warrior Mike Marlar. That is the early time to beat. Second lap time for Tyler Erb, 15111, better. Second lap time for Brandon Brzezowski, better, 15467, and the second lap time for Mike Marlar, not as good. He will stand on lap number 1. He lays down the early time to beat Ben with a 14722.
So Mike Marlar, the time to beat up next will be Chris Simpson out of Oxford, Iowa in the 32, the 7 of Ricky Weiss out of Headingley, Manitoba, and the 8 out of Dylan McCown out of Urbana, Missouri. Chris Simpson and the Hoker Trucking, CJ Trucking, Randy Davidson Trucking, Superior Cleaning Service, Iowa, Illinois Taylor Insulation, Durham Powered Longhorn, 4-time winner a year ago. The number 7 of Ricky Weiss out of Headingley, Manitoba, 5 wins last year, and that Sniper Race Car, Vic Hill Racing Engine, JC Properties, G-Style Transport, Turk Enterprises, Collins Brothers Towing, number 7, and the 8 making his late model, well, not his debut, but I believe his second or third start. It'll be Dylan McCown out of Urbana, Missouri, a former Randy Weaver race car, the Empire Energy, Pomeroy Services, Midwest Sheet Metal, McCown Farm, Scott Bailey, Powered Longhorn for Dylan McCown, 17 wins a year ago for the 2-time defending Lucas Oil Speedway Modified Track Champion.
White flag out, and the first lap goes up for Chris Simpson. He is third quick with a 1.5.154. Ricky Weiss second fastest on lap 1, a good lap bend, 1.4773, and Dylan McCowan third quick with a 1.4985. Second lap time for Chris Simpson much better. He's third quick with a 1.4979. Ricky Weiss second quick on lap 2, not quite as good. He'll stay second quick. I stand corrected. And Dylan McCowan second lap also not as good. He will be fourth fastest. So after 6 qualifiers, it's Mike Marlar, Ricky Weiss, Chris Simpson, your top 3. Marlar's time to beat a 1.4722.
Up next out of Russellville, Arkansas, John Kirby in the 11, Otis, Oregon's Jim Whistler in the 28W, and the 14M of Mobags, Morgan Bagley out of Longview, Texas. John Kirby in the Construction Resources Group, Kirby Specialties, Eagle Lake Farms, Clements Powered Rocket XR1 number 11, Jim Whistler in car 28, the Otis, Oregon driver, and the Whistler Construction All-Purpose Storage, Otis Market and Refueling, Vic Hill Powered Rocket XR1, and joined on the speedway by Morgan Bagley, a former Shaw Trucking Finale winner back when it was 10,000 to win in Tucson days. The P&W Sales, Billy Bob's Repair and Tires, P&W Ironworks, Integra Shocks and Springs, Clements Powered Rocket XR1. 1 win last year, and that came at Crowley's Ridge Raceway for Mobags, Morgan Bagley.
First lap time going to go up for John Kirby. He is 6th quick with a 1.5296. Jim Whistler 5th quick, 1.5018. And Morgan Bagley 7th quick on lap 1 with a 1.5167. Second and final time around for the Arkansas driver. John Kirby, his second lap not as good. He'll be 8th fastest. Second lap time for Jim Whistler. Good lap. Third quick, Ben. 1.4890. And Morgan Bagley's second lap is better. He'll bump up to 6th fastest with a 1.5067. Mike Marlar, Ricky Weiss, Jim Whistler, your top 3.
Coming up next, fresh off a $2 million year, it'll be Superman Jonathan Davenport out of Blairsville, Georgia in the 49. He'll be joined by Justin Mills out of Pineville, Missouri in the 38M. And the B5 of Brandon Shepard, last year's Castro FloRacing Night in America champion in that B5. Jonathan Davenport, 24 wins a year ago in the Nutrien Ag Solutions, Fast Shafts, Dynagrow Seed, Lucas Oil Products, ASC Warranty, Cornet Lightning Powered Longhorn for car 49. Jonathan Davenport, Justin Mills, and car 38M scheduled to be out there. And there he is, out of Pineville, Missouri, and the United Tree Service Yuppie Puppy Pet Groomers. That's right, Team Bad Wrench, Durham Power TNT Race Car, and the B5 of Brandon Shepard. That new Longhorn race car, 14 wins a year ago for the driver of the S. Shepard Riggs Racing. True Timber Camo, Budweiser, Dennis G. Woodworth Attorney at Law, and Wild Gear number B5, the Durham Powered Longhorn for Brandon Shepard.
They're all trying to get to Mike Marlar. Jonathan Davenport won't get there on lap 1. He's third quick, 1.4841. Brandon Shepard's first lap time, 5th quick, 1.4962. And the first lap time for Justin Mills is going to be 12th quick, 1.5913. Second lap time for Jonathan Davenport, not as good. He'll stay third fastest. Second lap time for B. Shep, better. He bumps up to the podium. He's third quick with a 1.4794. And the second lap time for Justin Mills is a little better. He'll stay 12th quick at a 1.5595. After 12 qualifiers, Mike Marlar is still the time to beat with a 1.4722.
Coming up next will be Garrett Albertson out of Las Cruces, New Mexico in the 58. The 60 of Terry Carter out of Fort Saskatchewan, Alberta, and Tad Pospischel out of Norfolk, Nebraska. Albertson, the Nutrien Ag Solutions, Fast Shafts, DoneRight.tv, Day Motorsports, Sunoco, Roberts Motorsports, Clements Powered, Black Diamond. 3 wins a year ago for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Rookie of the Year, joined by Terry Carter, the the first Fort Saskatchewan, Alberta driver, and the Clements Powered Black Diamond, Hollywood Graphics, Good Guys, Fort Signs, all sponsors on that 6T. And the 04 making his debut in the desert, Tad Pospischel, 4-time winner a year ago in the Window World, Signer Trucking, C-High Associate Certified Public Accounting, Scott Bailey, Powered Longhorn for Tad Pospischel.
White flag is out for Garrett Alberson. He's third quick on lap number 1 with a 1:47.79. Terry Carter 14th quick with a 1:57.97. And Tad Poshpistol is 11th quick with a 1:51.60. Second time around for Garrett Alberson. We'll see if he has anything for Marlar. He bumps up to second quick, 1:47.52. Second lap time for Terry Carter, better, 1:56.26. And Tad Poshpistol in his second lap goes 9th quick. It's better at a 1:49.85. Mike Marlar, Garrett Alberson, Ricky Weiss, right now your top 3. Marlar's time to beat after 15 cars is a 1:47.22.
Coming up next out of Rio Rancho, actually Moriarty, New Mexico, it'll be Josh Kane in the 3J, the 7C of Colwell's out of Aurora, Missouri, and Rodney Sanders, former Wild West Shootout champion out of Happy, Texas, in cart number 20. Josh Kane, the Black Diamond, BMS powered, Kane Dig Race Cars, Battery Plus, Cooter's Garage, you gotta love it, Team MRW, all sponsors in that 3J. Meanwhile, Cole Wells coming to us out of Aurora, Missouri. He is going to be in car number 7W, first time to the desert, and 3J is going to be a scratch, getting the word on that for Josh Kane. Tough break. And the Swartz Modco Racing Engine, Danny Miller Logging, Midwest Sheet Metal, Henry's Towing, Fry Farm, 7W for Cole Wells, the 2021 Dirt Track Bank Cash Money Late Model Series champion. And the 78 car, that'll be Steve Stoltz out of Peoria, Arizona, the Rocket XR1 Klein Racing Engine, Dirt Pro Incorporated, Alpine Stars Mobile Medical Center, car 78 for Steve Stoltz.
Again, Mike Marlar, the time to beat with a 1:47.22. Cole Wells actually grabbed the wall when he came out on the racetrack. His first lap time, 14th quick, 1:55.39. Rodney Sanders, 13th quick, 1:53.81. And the first lap time on Steve Stoltz, 18th quick, 1:65.70. Second lap time for the number 7 of Cole Wells, a little better, 13th quick, 1:53.12. Second lap time for Rodney Sanders, not as good. He'll be 14th quick, 1:55.42 is his second lap. And the second lap time for Steve Stoltz is a little better, but he'll be 18th quick at a 1:61.91. After 18 qualifiers, it's Mike Marlar atop the leaderboard with a 1:47.22. Garrett Alberson second quick, Ricky Weiss third, Brandon Shepard fourth, and Jonathan Davenport rounds out the top 5.
And of course, Rodney Sanders in that set. The MB Custom Clements powered Wichita tank number 20. Looking to come up next, we shuffled a few around. It is going to be maybe my favorite race car in the pit area, the 2S of Stormy Scott. Beautiful. Love the silver on that race car.
I love it too, yeah.
And he's going to be in car 2S. He'll be joined by the E85, Jason Strand out of Portland, North Dakota. Good to have Jason Strand coming down to join us. And Eston Whistler out of Otis, Oregon. That's your next 3 qualifiers. And it will be... Your first qualifier will be Stormy Scott out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. The Longhorn Clements powered, Rancho Milagro Racing, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Eagle Moon Farms, Top of the World Ranch car number 2. The E85, a 2-time winner last year. Jason Strand from Portland, North Dakota. The North Dakota Corn Council SRT Specialties, Hatton Co-op Oil, Klein powered Rocket XR1, and Eston Whistler, the Oregon driver in the 82, the Vic Hill powered Rocket Chassis, sponsored by Otis Market and Fueling, All Purpose Storage, Meredith Lodging, and Knotworks Construction, all sponsors on that 82 for Eston Whistler. And Whistler not on the racetrack, my friends.
Nope, we'll go with the 2 drivers that we have as the white flag flies for the 2S of Stormy Scott, 10th quick on his opening lap at a 1:50.39, and the first lap time for Jason Strand, 16th best, 1:54.36. Second and final time around for Stormy. We'll see if he's better. He was in the top 10 in practice last night. He jumps up to 7th quick here this evening with a 1:49.41, and the second and final lap time for Jason Strand, 16th fastest. His second lap not as good. His second lap's a 1:57.47. Mike Marlar still the time to beat, Ben, here in Group A with just a couple drivers left. 1:47.22 is that time to beat. Garrett Alberson second quick with a 1:47.52. Ricky Weiss third at a 1:47.73. Then it's Brandon Shepard, Jonathan Davenport, Jim Whistler, a great lap. He is 6th quick. Stormy Scott 7th. Chris Simpson 8th, Dylan McCowan 9th, and Tad Poshpistol right now rounds out the top 10.
Well, Otis, Oregon's Eston Whistler will make it out in this final set. He's out there in the 82, joined by Colin Weinbarger, 4 wins a year ago for the Corbett, Oregon driver. The Longhorn Grays Automotive Racing Engine, Schramm Brothers Excavating, Checkered Flag Asphalt, and Reed Automotive 14S. And your final qualifier in Group A here this afternoon, the 42S of Don Shaw, 11 wins a year ago, 2 in the mod for the Vic Hill powered Longhorn. Sponsored by Shaw Brothers, Shaw Trucking, Blaine Brothers, Sure Step, Woo Tech, Northern Metal Recycling, and North American Trailer Parts, all sponsors on that 42 car for Don Shaw.
Eston Whistler going to be the first driver of this trio to grab a lap time. Good lap, 11th quick, 15036. Colin Weinbarger is 14th quick on lap 1, 15143. And Don Shaw's first lap is 17th best, 15366. We'll see if Eston Whistler has anything here on lap number 2. His second lap not as good. He'll stay 11th fastest, 15105. Second lap for Colin Weinbarger a little better, 15133. He's 14th quick. And Don Shaw much better on lap number 2. He jumps up to 13th fastest at a 15072. And Ben, that will unofficially conclude qualifying for Group A in the Dirt Track Bank Super Late Models presented by Black Diamond Race Cars. Your fast qualifier in Group A is the Winfield Warrior Mike Marlar, and that Ronnie Delk Equipment Sales number 157 with a good lap of 14722. Garrett Alberson second quick with a 14752. Ricky Weiss third quick, 14773. Brandon Shepard fourth. Jonathan Davenport fifth.
So down there, Tech, down there on Victory Lane, you see him teching that last set of cars as we look ahead to Group B. Well, Mike Marlar right now, forget the migraine. He's got a $100 bonus in his pocket right now in the pole for Heat Race 1. We'll see if he can hold on to that $100. We know he's going to keep the pole for Heat 1.
We know he's going to keep the $100 too.
Well, no, we don't, because somebody could take it in Group B.
You are very right. Yes, as I've actually never announced a race before. Sorry.
You're doing great for your first time, buddy. Very proud of you. You're doing good. So right now, Mike Marlar, if nobody in Group B gets better than a 14722, he will keep that $100. So we'll see how it shakes down. You see Mike Marlar, that Delk Equipment Sales Massey Valley Transportation entry. Big year last year. 14 wins on the year for Marlar. A bit of a migraine this morning. Fast race car this afternoon.
And he won the finale here last year. We had that discussion earlier today also.
He did. And he picked up his second Wild West Shootout overall championship here in the Dirt Track Bank Super Late Models presented by Black Diamond Race Cars. Well, we get ready now, DJ, for Group B qualifying. This will be heat races 3 and 4, the way they'll line up. And these are the cars that will be in there here in Sport Truck RV qualifying presented by Scriven Motor Speedway's winner, Freeze. Your first qualifier will be Terry Phillips out of Springfield, Missouri in car 75. The 89J of Trenton Jessen out of Pineville, Missouri. His first time to the Wild West Shootout. And Dallas Caldwell out of Tucson, Arizona in the 51C. So Terry Phillips, your first qualifier. The Andy's Frozen Custard, Don Babb Motorsports, Kaiser Manufacturing, Integra Shocks and Springs, Durham-powered Capital Race Car. 5 wins a year ago, 1 in the late model for the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Famer, winning it back in 2019. Meanwhile, first time again that we've seen the 89 here out of Pineville, Missouri. That's Trenton Jessen, the Bill Trainer Racing Engine TNT race car. AFAB Trucking and Excavation, the Greens Bar and Grill, and Team Bad Wrench, number 89. And the 51C will be the third car scheduled to be in this set, and that's Dallas Caldwell out of Tucson, Arizona. The EFX Apparel, Environmental Management, Klein Racing Engine, Swartz race car, the only Swartz in the pit area.
As our good friend James Essex would say, the Swartz car.
James, will be seeing you in about 3 weeks, my friend. Can't wait to see you. Well, so these will be the first 3. Again, Mike Marlar, the time to chase, a 14.722 as they are lining up Group B. And it looks like we've definitely got the...
Well, what we have is I think Josh Kane is sitting up there, and unfortunately Josh missed his spot. He was supposed to be about 8 or 9 cars ago. He was supposed to be the 16th car out in Group A. Unfortunately, he missed his spot. They do have like most series, got a little bit of leeway in terms of spots.
Just not that much.
Just not that much, right? He missed it completely, and he's actually backing out of that staging lane now, and unfortunately he'll make his way back to the pit area. We'll see him tagging the tail of one of those first 2 heat races a little bit later on here tonight.
Well, the bad news is he doesn't get to qualify. The good news is hopefully they got whatever they had fixed, and he was going to have that race car lined up. So he'll head back. He's going to have to, unfortunately, start at the back of one of these heat races later this evening. As TP will make his way out, Terry Phillips in the 75. He'll be joined by Dallas Caldwell in the 51. And the number 89 of Trenton Jessen out of Pineville, Missouri. That'll be your first 3 qualifiers.
14.722, the overall time to beat by Mike Marlar. We have wiped the slate clean, and we will see who is going to be the quick qualifier here in Group B. TP leads them out in the 75, Dallas Caldwell in the 51, and Trenton Jessen, as you mentioned, Ben, in the 89J. The C&D bonding green flag has waved. The first driver to trip the trigger will be Springfield, Missouri's Terry Phillips In the 75 in his first lap is a 1.5161. Dallas Caldwell crosses the stripe at a 1.6570. And the 89 of Trenton Jessen, third quick with a 1.6590. Second and final time around for Terry Phillips, 15 seconds flat. That's his best lap. Dallas Caldwell's second lap time, second quick. 1.6702 is his second lap. He'll stand on lap number 1, and the second lap time for Trenton Jessen is not as good. He had a little trouble. He falls to a 1.9148. So Terry Phillips lays down the early time to beat here in Group B, Ben, in Sport Truck RV Screven Motors Speedway's Winter Freeze qualifying with a 1.5000.
That's about as flat a 15 as you can get. As we get set now, it'll be Bill Layton Jr. out of La Vista, Nebraska, and the number 24, Dustin Sorensen, and the Jimmy Mars Racing number 28 out of Rochester, Minnesota, and Rusty Schlenk out of McClure, Ohio in the 91. Bill Layton Jr., 4 wins a year ago in the Mark Wright Racing, Wright's Feed Yard, Taylor Quick Pick Shell, Sciolo Wealth Solutions, Clements Powered Rocket XR1, joined on the speedway by the 28 of Dustin Sorensen. And again, that's the Jimmy Mars Racing entry. Then be Custom Pro Power Racing Engine, Deppy Enterprises, Vonco Waste Management, Vite Specialty Contracting and Waste Management, Kai Chevy Town, car 28 for Sorensen, last year's USMTS National Champion, Rusty Schlenk in car 91 out of McClure, Ohio, the Forbes Construction Excavation, Capella Machine Electronics, Blackwater Trust Systems, Mullins Powered Domination Race Car for the 12-time winner last year, Rusty Schlenk.
Bill Layton Jr. goes third quick on lap number 1 with a 1.5393. He gets bumped by Dustin Sorensen, who goes second quick at a 1.5305. Rusty Schlenk third quick with a 15.333. Layton's second lap time not as good. He's fourth fastest. Dustin Sorensen's second lap time not as good. He'll be second quick. And Rusty Schlenk's second lap time also not as good. He will be third quick. Terry Phillips, the time to beat in Group B, Ben, with a 15.000.
Coming up next, it will be car number 21, the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Famer, 847 wins and 6 Globes to his credit. It's Billy Moyer, Mr. Smooth, now residing in Lake Havasu City, Arizona in car 21, the Batesville, Arkansas native. He'll be joined by the 02 of Kent Rosevear out of Yuma, Arizona, the 38 of Tomas Hunziker out of Bend, Oregon. Moyer in the Clements Powered Longhorn, Carl Chevrolet, Carl Auto Group, Digital Copy System, Sea Valley Transportation, Sweet Manufacturing, car 21. And he's joined on speedway by Kent Rosevear, the Yuma, Arizona driver, the Modco Racing. So, play that one again. That'll be the custom powered Longhorn race car, the ProTech Fleet Services, Jack Metter Racing, Gordy Speed Center 02, and Tomas Hunziker. Driver now resides in Bend, Oregon. And the Pro Power Racing Engine Rocket XR1, Certainty AM1, Roofing and Siding, Spirit Fuel Racing 38 for Tomas Hunziker.
Billy Moyer's first lap time, second quick, 1.5115. Or first lap time for Kent Rosevear, 6 quick, 1.5992. Tomas Hunziker goes 6 quick with a 1.5657. We'll see if Moyer's got anything for Terry Phillips on lap 2. He is better, but not quite good enough. 1.5063. Billy Moyer will be second quick. Kent Rosevear's second lap time a little better. He'll stay 7th quick at a 1.5848, and Tomas Hunziker's second lap time not quite as good. It's a 1.5859. He will stay 6th quick. Terry Phillips, Billy Moyer, Dustin Sorensen, your top 3 after 9 qualifiers in Group B.
All right, next set of cars will come out. It'll be Devin Smith. Devin went to victory lane a few times here in 2022. At Vado Speedway Park, 5 to be exact, 2 in the late model, and the Black Diamond Pro Power Racing Engine, Dave Dietz Racing, Rio Grande Foot Clinic, 01 to be joined by the 29 Mercedes Abercrombie and the Longhorn race car, Barbarino's Pizza and Race Engine power under the hood. That is awesome. That Abercrombie Motorsports Rick's Performance entry, and joined on the speedway by the number 97 of Cade Dillard at Roebling, Louisiana. The S&S Fishing and Rails, Crone Farms, Joel's Auto Sales, Strength Roofing and Siding, Clements Powered Black Diamond, the 12-time winner last year, Cade Dillard.
First lap time for Devin Smith, 7th quick, 1.5745. First lap time for Mercedes Abercrombie, 11th quick, 1.6639. And lap number 1 for Cade Dillard is a good one. He is second quick, 1.5059. Devin Smith has the Dave Dietz entry in the wall down in turns 3 and 4, and that will bring out the Midwest Sheet Metal caution flag here in Group B.
Well, a tough break there for Devin Smith. He had some good runs here last year during this event. And again, Dave Dietz, not only is Dave
the good doctor,
not as he raced, his wife Anita's raced. But Dave largely gave launch to the late model career for Garrett Alberson.
Yes, he did.
These early Wild West shootouts, of course, the battery plus bulbs, you saw Garrett Alberson in that car, and it kind of led to a lot of the opportunities Garrett had. And it was cool to see when Garrett got the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year award with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Dave was there to celebrate back at the banquet back in December. And, man, so many guys like Dave Dietz have helped so many drivers, and nothing but respect to the owner of that team.
Absolutely. Well, it looks like we've lost Devin Smith, so he'll have to stand on his first lap time, which was a 1:57.45. Right now, that's good enough for 8th quick. We'll see if anybody is able to better themselves on lap 2. Amongst the couple drivers that are remaining on the racetrack, Mercedes Abercrombie in the 29 and Cade Dillard in the 97. Dillard's first lap, Ben, was good enough for 2nd quick. We'll see if he's got anything for Terry Phillips. Abercrombie comes across the line, and the 2nd lap time for her is going to be 10th quick, 1:05.884. Cade Dillard's 2nd lap, not quite as good, 1:05.207. He'll stand on lap number 1. Terry Phillips, Cade Dillard, Billy Moyer, right now your top 3 in Group B after 12 qualifiers.
Well, up next, we got some variations of Kyle's coming out. First, it'll be Kyle Beard, the silent assassin out of Truman, Arkansas in the 86. Then it'll be Walton Kyle Jr. out of Las Cruces, New Mexico in the 250. And the USA 1 of Chris Hawkins, not a Kyle, out of Neosho, Missouri. That's your next 3 qualifiers. Beard, a 3-time winner last year in the Gary Beard Trucking Team 5 Enterprise. Sean Mann Racing, Rage Graphics, Rod and Supply, Clements Powered Black Diamond race car for Kyle Beard, joined on the speedway by Walton Kyle Jr., making his first ever Wild West shootout attempt out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. The only Rayburn in the field, the Davis Jackson Kyle Powered American Discount Service Dentworks entry, and Chris Hawkins, the USA 1, making his first Wild West shootout attempt out of Neosho, Missouri. The Capital Race car, Mullins LS Power under the hood, the Double Down Asphalt Services car, USA 1, a 4-time winner last year.
Well, we lost the 250 of Walton Kyle Jr. already. Kyle Beard goes 6th quick with a 1:05.391. Chris Hawkins 8th quick with a 1:05.608. So Walton Kyle, he made his way out on the racetrack and pulled the 250 entry down to the infield. We'll see if they're able to get that car or the issue diagnosed before his heat race. Kyle Beard's 2nd lap, not as good. He'll stay 6th. But Chris Hawkins goes to 4th fastest. A good lap for the USA 1, as his lap time was a 1:05.263. He's 4th quick. Billy Moyer 3rd. Cade Dillard 2nd. They all still trail TP with a 15 flat atop the leaderboard here in Group B.
Good lap for Chris Hawkins, 4th fastest. He's been here before. Well, in 2020, he ran the X-Mod division, made 5 out of 6 features. First time here in the late model.
I like that car. It's a good looking car.
It's a good looking car. And of course, that team fielded an entry for Kylan Garner back at the Dome in December. Up next will be Dustin Walker out of Polk, Missouri in the 14W, the 19 of Jeff Schildmeyer out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and Kyle Larson out of Elk Grove, California. Your next 3 qualifiers. Dustin Walker, the Walker Motorsports Team Dirt Dog, Vic Hill Powered Capital Race car, joined on speedway by Las Vegas, Nevada's number 19 of Jeff Schildmeyer. 1 win last year. He came right here. And the Odenesis clothing brand, I'm never going to get it right. EV Zone Charging Stations, Mullins Racing Engine, Domination Race Car, Odenesis, that's what it is. And Kyle Larson in car 6 out of Elk Grove, California, the HendrickCars.com, FloRacing, Bill Stein, D&E Marine, Mega Plumbing in the Carolinas. Number 6 for Kyle Larson, the 2021 NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Jeff Schildmeyer's first lap, 14 quick, 1:06.187. Kyle Larson to the top of the leaderboard, Ben, 1:49.46. For the driver out of Elk Grove, California, Dustin Walker, a 1:54.37 was his best lap. Jeff Schildmeyer, his best lap, lap 2. He's 12th quick, 1:57.08. And Kyle Larson goes even quicker on lap number 2 with a 1:48.87. Kyle Larson now atop the leaderboard in Group B.
First time here, and he goes to the top. Mike Marlar still fast overall. Up next will be Bobby Pierce out of Oakwood, Illinois in the 32. The 1ST of Johnny Scott out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. And the 49T of Jake Tim out of Winona, Minnesota. Bobby Pierce, the Rio Grande Way Services, Senior Life Insurance Company, Hoker Trucking, Mississippi Valley Transportation, Vermilion County Bobcats, and Algar Incorporated, Vic Hill Powered Longhorn. 21 wins last year for that driver. The 1ST of Johnny Scott out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. The Longhorn Clements Powered, Rancho Milagro Racing, Mississippi Valley Transportation, Eagle Moon Farms, Top of the World Ranch, and Race Ranch 1ST. A 6-time winner last year between the mod and the late model. And Jake Tim came close to victory lane here last year in car 49. Though if I Performance, Longhorn, Herco, GorillaMill.com, Oak Ridge Fabrication, all sponsors on that 49.
3 solid entries on the speedway, and Bobby Pierce goes to the top of the leaderboard in Group B with a 1:47.18. Indeed, it is quick overall. Johnny Scott, 4th quick in Group B with a 1:50.29. Jake Tim is 9th quick with a 1:53.25. BP's second lap time is identical to lap lap 1, 1:47.18. Second lap time for Johnny Scott is better. He's third quick, 1:49.45. And Jake Tim's second lap is better. He moves up a couple spots to seventh quick, 1:52.63. So after 21 qualifiers in Group B, your new quick qualifier in Group B, and now fastest overall out of Oakwood, Illinois, Bobby Pierce with a lap of 1:47.18. But, Ben, we've still got a few drivers left to go.
3 to be exact. Final 3 qualifiers. First up will be Glenn Powell out of Nixa, Missouri in the 26, the 15S of Clayton Stuckey out of Shreveport, Louisiana, and the 15 of Justin Duty out of Milano, Oregon. And, you know, we joked last night, Stuckey and Duty's car look so much alike, it's only appropriate they're going to come out in the same set. Well, Glenn Powell, this will be his first time to come race with us here at the Rio Grande Waste Services Wild West Shootout, and he'll be behind the wheel of kart number 26. You know, he was here yesterday. I don't know if he ever made any practice laps last night. The Powell Mechanical Durham-powered Capital race car out of Nixa, Missouri, also sponsored by Highway 125 Marina, and not seen him. Looks like we got the pair of the 15. So Glenn Powell didn't see him on the track last night. We're not going to see him today. We do have he might have got there late, though. We do have the 15S of Clay Stuckey out of Shreveport, Louisiana on the Speedway, the Pro Glow steering buddy. Clements-powered Black Diamond. Hang on to it as Glenn Powell sneaks out onto the racetrack. Look out, Justin Duty coming for you, brother. Justin Duty out of Milano, Oregon, the Rocket XR1 Pro Power Racing Engine, Don Frake Force, First Class Septic, Darren and Mardell Williams, all sponsors in that 15 for Justin Duty. Wow.
Clayton Stuckey's first lap, 14th quick, 1:5.460. Justin Duty, good lap, 7th quick, 1:5.226. And Glenn Powell is a 1:7.101. He is 23rd. Second lap time for Clayton Stuckey. Good lap, 7th quick, Ben, 1:5.193. Justin Duty, his second lap not as good, 1:5.262. He'll be 8th quick. And Glenn Powell, 22nd at a 1:6.587. And Ben, that will conclude.
That's it.
That's
it.
That is it. I thought I heard Kelly Carlin say one more car, but I believe that should be.
Oh. Do we have one more? Oh, well, you know what?
Josh Kane.
We're going to bring, well, no, we have the 250 of Walton Kyle
the 250,
Jr.
not the 3J, yes.
And you got to show some love to the only Rayburn in the house. So he was a couple sets back, pulled onto the track, went straight to the infield.
Yeah, he came out with, he came out with his group, and I believe he had a transponder issue, Ben.
Yeah, he had the transponder on. We get confirmation was not picking up, so not his fault. So Walter Kyle Jr. on the clock. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh,
no.
Man. He may have wished that transponder was not working.
Man, sometimes it's not your day.
He has just broken the motor in that race car and lost some oil on the racetrack. That thing slides around, and Trenton Berry, you may have heard that thing let go as it happened right in front of you.
Yeah, I did, and I wasn't sure where your guys' vantage point was, if you could see right up against the wall there, but trail of fluid right down the front straightaway there to where the 250 unfortunately met his demise in the lower part of 1 and 2.
Well, we've got track prep coming, Trenton, so we will get the fluid cleaned up. We're going to add some fluid to it. Trenton, how about Bobby Pierce going out late, and he overtakes Mike Marlar from group number 1? Talk about that lap.
What was so interesting is I was down talking to Bob Tim, Jake Tim's dad, and owns Mississippi Thunder Speedway. They're pitted right next to Bobby Pierce, and it was funny. They came out to qualify, too. And he said, Bob told me, I said, man, what do you think? And he said, I don't know for sure. He said, we drew late to qualify, so probably not very good. But he said, he stopped. He said something was kind of pointed. He said, you know, the good ones always find a way, though. He said, so we're not going to make any excuses. And then he was pitted right by Bobby Pierce, and Bobby came out and did that right there at the very end. Very impressive for Pearson to do that in a brand new race car as well. Just shows more what you come to expect from Bobby Pierce.
Yeah, they went over and tested in Amarillo along with Brandon Shepard, some other teams earlier in the week, and had some mechanical issues over there, but man, they've got them lined out tonight, and that new Longhorn Vic Hill powered entry is going to get $100 tonight. I told you, Mike Marlar might not keep that 100.
You were right.
And Bobby Pierce takes it away from him here in Sport Truck, 4 thousandths of a second.
4 1,000ths of a second, yes.
That close here in Sport Truck RV qualifying, presented by Screven Motor Speedway's Winter Freeze. DJ, have you got you any apparel yet from the event?
No, I need to.
Have you? It looks really good.
It does look good. There it is. Look at that. OneFastTee.com.
That's T with TEE.com. If you go down to the Race Chick